Well, happy Saturday, everybody. It is 4:25. It should have been the Eastern Sierra opener, and it's not. So, with that, I wanted to talk about with you guys what is open, because I know a lot of people have been asking. I've been getting the questions on just about every video. What is open, and we'll talk about it. Things are actually changing by the day. I mean, literally every day they're making adjustments to what is open or accessible to fish. But we can only talk about what I know for sure is open. There's one spot that is still like 50-50 right now that I will mention on in the video, but let's get to what is open. Obviously, see, we're here at Big Bear Lake. Big Bear Lake is open. The only restrictions going on here is there's no water contact, no boats, no float tubes. Been getting a lot of those questions. No float tubes, nothing on the water at all right now. None of the parking is open. It's all blocked off. Juniper Point parking area. It's only basically park on the road, and that's about it. There are some parks along the southern shore. Those are also essentially closed. There's no real official access to the lake open, but it's been open and you can fish it. I'm gonna mention it in this video because it's gonna get a lot of people checking it out. I want you guys to do me a big favor. There's going to be a surprise giveaway. I'm not going to say what the prize will be because maybe it's going to be pretty epic or maybe it'll be just kind of modest. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. But I'm going to do a giveaway for the person that can gather the most trash and send me a picture of that gathering of trash. I want to see the bags, glad bags, um, or any kind of bags, but prefer glad bags because then I can gauge from here at home how much trash you gathered. I want to see this trash, a picture of the trash being gathered at the lake, and I want to see a picture of it being taken away. So picture of you gathering it, and I want to see the total amount as you're gathering it, and I want to see it being how you took it away from the lake. The reason why I want to do this giveaway, guys, it's if I had two legs right now, I would be up at Big Bear Lake doing a complete trash cleanup and just that. I would drive up there right now just to do that. But obviously, I'm down for the count. But I'm asking y'all to pitch in. I've been getting word that there's been with all the pressure, it's been quite busy up there with not a lot of other options. With the counties shut down and all that, it's really pushed the limits of Big Bear Lake. And I heard the trash buildup is getting quite bad. So, what I'm asking you guys to do: bring a trash bag, some gloves, and whatever you feel you need to be safe. Touching trash. Bring that, and when you go, fill up a trash bag. I'm going to post the email below, and everybody that does this will be entered into a drawing for something cool. And I will do a giveaway drawing and post pictures of the people that entered, and I will do a giveaway based on what I see. I will be the judge of how much trash you gathered and who's the winner based on what I see. If it's too close to call, we might do something for both parties. But I'm looking for that. So those are the rules. Gather up the trash, take a picture of you gathering it in total at the lake, and then I want to see a picture of it down at wherever vehicle, like you taking it away. I don't want somebody gathering a bunch of trash and then just leaving it somewhere up there at the lake because no one is taking this trash away, guys. There's no trash service right now at the lake. So I want you guys to haul this stuff away for us. And by us, I mean everybody that's using the lake. So that's my ask for you guys. It'll enter you in a competition. I'll leave the link to the email below. And I'm looking forward to seeing if anybody is willing to enter that little contest. So Big Bear is open, guys. Pick up some trash, even if you don't want to enter it. Just take a small bag and gather a couple of things. Every little bit is going to help. If there's 200 fishermen on the water, imagine if everybody grabbed just a couple of things. It would definitely help out. So that's it for Big Bear. Big Bear is open, guys. Over here at Jenks Lake, it's still closed. I've been getting asked about that. Jenks Lake down here off of 38 is not officially open. They usually would have opened May 1st or around then, but right now I'm not seeing it open. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to open or what. If they do, I'm going to update. I will put anything that's updated in the next day or two or three even. I'll update in the comment section or in the description below updates. Like, so if something opens up tomorrow, I'm going to put it in there just so you guys can see it. So if you want to see any kind of secondary updates, go into the description and I'll put it there. And that way you guys can see that. So nothing from Jenks Lake right here yet. I'm assuming a walk-in is possible. There is still some snow up here, so be careful with that. Some ice and such. Even though it's been quite warm, there's still some of that. Green Valley Lake, same situation. Closed. Nothing open yet. But I'm assuming pretty soon you might actually hear something from them. I know they it's a private water company that runs it, and they get private plants only, so I'm not sure, but hey, you can get in there now. It's a very small community. Just be respectful, but I don't think there's really a whole lot to catch in there. It got fished pretty hard about 2-3 months ago before it iced over. People were up there hammering that lake, so I don't think there's really much in there at all, even worth going there. It might be a beautiful drive, but I don't think there's any real action in that lake right now. Arrow Bear is open for whatever, but there's no plants yet. I've had people regularly stopping by, and there's nothing in Arrow Bear. They haven't planted it yet. Over to Silverwood, wide open. There's no word yet if that, like I said, if it changes and they start letting cars in there, I will update in the description below. But right now the lake is open, so technically it is open. You can fish it, and that's that. I haven't heard of anybody saying that it's been open to cars yet, but that is a potential. If you do go, I put it on my Patreon page already, and I put it out to some other outlets, but everybody be careful if you're going into Silverwood Lake, particularly Miller and Cleghorn. Somebody's dog was bit by a rattlesnake really close to the trail on in Miller Canyon just the other day, and luckily the dog survived. They what a beefy dog. It was a type of pit bull, I think, but man, yeah, the snakes are out. They're in force, and they are very bitey right now with the spring. They're all coming out of their dens. They're starving. So just be careful when you're hiking around in Miller, particularly if you're riding bikes down there. Don't fall off and break your leg like I did. And anyway, but be careful with snakes, guys. They're out and about, especially at these warmer, lower level lakes. So a big announcement yesterday, and it bled over into today, but the San Bernardino County parks have reopened, and that's great. I'm not going to complain about this, guys. That they reopened late. I mean, of course, now it's 100 degrees outside, and they're talking about, they're like, all right, it's 105. We're open again, so a little late for that. But hey, I'll take it. And there is a little bit of a bonus. I don't know if you guys can see here, but they planted the 19th, the 26th, and the 2nd at 600 pounds at each one of the lakes. So Yucaipa, Prado, Mojave Narrows, Glen Helen, and Guasti all got planted 3 times each. So you can see catfishing is going to open up on May 1st. So that'll be fun. Facilities are open to a limited scale. All activities are limited to your immediate household. No camping, football parties, none of that stuff out there. And the parking lots are open. So, what does this mean? It means that they're probably going to allow a certain amount of people into these lakes. I don't think they're just going, I bet you it's going to be under 100 people every day. They're going to max it out and then turn people away after that. So if you want to get out there, fish for trout, I would say go now, because with this temperature, there's going to be a lot of dead fish real soon. These lakes are, not all of them are shallow, but some of them are. And like Yucaipa gets a small inlet of fresh water coming in, so that might stay cooler longer. But Glen Helen is pretty deep. Prado's got some depth. But I would say if you went in the next week, you probably do pretty well. After that, I think they're going to see some big fish kills at some of these lakes. But the good thing is, it says sometime in May, they're going to be doing catfishing. And guess what, guys? I'm going to be getting into catfishing, man. Especially in Southern Cal. I know a couple of spots where catfishing can be pretty epic, and I plan on doing some striper and catfishing. So that's going to be fun. But so there's that. Let's get back to the map. So Glen Helen, all the county parks, but I wanted you guys to notice on that list what is left out that is a county park. Lake Gregory. Yep, they left it out. They did not plant. They have not planted Lake Gregory, at least by the county. It doesn't mean the state hasn't been there, because remember, the state isn't, they're not announcing what they're planting or saying how much or where. So it's possible the state planted it. I'm doubting it. I just don't think they have. But it is open. You can go to Lake Gregory. That was part of the county lake openings. So if you want to go up there and fish it, give it a shot. Let me know how you do. Lido Creek, open for fishing. They have been planting. If you're not a skilled fisherman or outdoorsman, it's probably not the easiest place to go. A lot of rock hopping, a lot of snakes. That's your choice. I can't tell people how, and where to go. I'm just telling you what's open. Lido Creek is fishable at times. It's pretty good, and other times it's not good. But there's been a lot of water flowing. I contacted Diamond Valley directly down here in Hemet, and Diamond Valley is still closed. Sorry, down here, it's still closed. Paris, same situation. They just don't have the walk-in abilities. But that's that. Everything else has stayed closed. But I think what you're going to see is a lot of these are going to open up. Like, I got to check on Rancho Jurupa. I know they were closed, but I'm going to check again. They might be opening since San Bernardino opened back up. The Riverside County parks might follow suit. And if that's the case, then cool. I'll update it. We'll put it in the description in the now open list for updated for the next week. We might do these pretty regularly because it's going to change a lot in the next month. One thing I want to notate is there's a lot of lakes in Orange County at these park lakes. I'm not going to go through the list. You guys can look them up. But there's a lot of really nice lakes in Orange County at the parks that some of them have been open. Some of them have been closed. I think as a whole, they're open for people just kind of walking around. But like the playgrounds and such are closed. So you might be able to fish some of these lakes. If you're in the area, check on it. It's worth going down there. I know the parks have been open for walking and such, so I wouldn't see why they would care if somebody is walking around casting a lure or whatever. But there's some trout being planted in those lakes still, guys. The Department of Fish and Game has still been planting those lakes. They might have received their last couple of plants maybe a week ago. So just from historical knowledge, just knowing when they plant these things, um, it's likely that there's fish in there. The East Fork of the San Gabriel, all open. Crystal Lake has been open. People have been going up there and catching some fish up here off the 39. So might want to go up there and cool off and try to catch a couple there. Another major waterway is the Aqueduct. I don't know how many people out there are aware of it, but there's the Aqueduct. It runs about right through here into Silverwood Lake, and through some pipes and such, but it goes through Hesperia and it runs like about like this through, and then up here into Lancaster, Palmdale area. But there's a whole aqueduct system, guys, that is open. It is not family friendly. So I would not recommend taking kids out there. It's a very dangerous place to fish for kids. People have drowned, adults drown out there every year. And unfortunately, some kids have drowned out there as well. So if you go, if you're an experienced fisherman and you want to go out there, my recommendation is to bring a personal flotation device. Wear a life vest when you're fishing. They have some pretty low profile ones that you can have, but I highly recommend wearing something if you're going to be out there. If you fall in the water and you're not that great of a swimmer, the sides of that aqueduct are so slippery and you will just struggle to get out of that water. It is crazy how hard it is to get out of that water. I've been in there swimming when I was a kid, and back in the 80s when people are indestructible. And I can tell you, man, it is really hard to get out of there. And they don't have all the best rescue stuff out there. So just be careful if you fish it. But the aqueduct has been fishing well. I saw somebody recently caught some pretty big stripers out of there. I mean, some 20 plusers are coming out of there. So that is another option. We're going to head out to the East Valleys. This is kind of a late place to fish out here, but if you like your sun, out here in the Coachella Valley, they have these places here. This is the website up here in the corner, iid.com and all that. You can just type all this in. But there's a list of these reservoirs. All of these reservoirs are out here in the Coachella Valley, and many of them have a lot of stripers. And these stripers need to be caught because they overpopulate and they get kind of scrawny and they need to be caught. Like this Robert F. Carter Reservoir is excellent fishing. I mean, the striper fishing there is wide open, and it is designated for fishing. You can see right here, and it is open. So Google these places, guys, and go out there. Take the family, your inner family. Don't go out there with the extended family and all that, because if the cops see it, they're gonna take you out, or they're going to ticket you. So if you go out there, just immediate family, and make sure you're doing everything right. Let's not ruin these things for people. If they start seeing big old crowds out there, they might shut it down. So just be responsible. But there's a lot of these, and spread out. I mean, go to one and it's crowded, go to another one. But there's all these reservoirs that you're seeing are all out in that area, and a lot of these are fishable. And there's a whole list right here, and it tells you about each one, and which ones are fishable, which ones are not. So go to this website, just pause on the video, type that in, and Google some of these places, guys, and go out there and try them. I mean, it's going to be hot if you go out in the morning, or even, I'm not sure, some of these might even be open at night. I think it would be fun, but be careful. There's some shady folks in some of these more rural areas, and just be smart about all that, and check it out. So just another option. And of course, Salton Sea, open, very hot, but excellent fishing at times, especially for the tilapia. You get out there with like a bobber and a night crawler, man, and you'll catch hundreds of fish with just a simple setup right there. But be prepared to have all your stuff, wash it all down after you leave here, because that salt water will just chew up your rods. No word out of the San Diego lakes. I know Cuyamaca shut down. Everything down here is all shut down. They're very, very, very strict in San Diego County right now with fishing and all that. I mean, I hear a lot of the ocean area. They aren't even letting people launch their ocean boats. It's pretty ridiculous. So all that is shut down. I wouldn't even go down to San Diego County and bother. Let's get to the Eastern Sierra. I know there was obviously a lot of controversy about the Sierra not opening, but they did leave the Southern Sierra opener, and there is a where to fish Southern Sierra opener video on my channel. I will post that link in the description, so you can just go through and look at that. But all that stuff is open still. The one question mark, and this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, is Pleasant Valley Reservoir up there near Bishop. Now, that is supposed to be part of the year-round fishery. However, there's been a lot of word, and it could have been just rumors, but I don't think so. I think it was accurate, and I'm just not sure. I'm currently reaching out, but the rumor was that LADWP shut down. Sorry, I'm a little bit off there. Shut down fishing for the reservoir here at Pleasant Valley by closing off the road access. However, I've received about 3 or 4 messages from people that have gone, and they said they were there just to exercise, I think, and they saw people fishing, walking, biking all through this road, and that's great news to me. I don't care. I wasn't trying to give bad information. I mean, but that's just what I heard, guys, that it was shut down. So at this point, I'm reaching out. I have some people up there in the area, and I'm trying to get answers. Everybody's a little slow in getting back, but if the road's open, I'm going to put it down in the list. So if you're interested in Pleasant Valley Reservoir, and I tell you right now, if you want to get away, there's some options. I mean, there's nothing open in Bishop, Mammoth. There's no hotels. There's nowhere to stay. There's hardly anywhere to eat. Everybody up here is freaked out about visitors stopping even at their gas stations. So I'll let you guys decide what you want to do with that. But this is potentially, the water is definitely open to fish by season. But the question is access. And right now it's looking like it is open, at least now. Maybe it reopened. I don't know. But I'll update if that's the case. And if it is, it's open. There is a chance that it is closed and people are just going around the signs, and maybe they just said, maybe they just said, hey, only exercise only, no fishing. I don't know, guys. But I'm going to find out. But the Owens River is all open. None of the creeks in Bishop are open, so all this is closed. Remember, anything with the opener, the main opener, is closed. So the only thing open, essentially, if you just want to be lazy and not watch the other video, that's fine, is Independence South, and nothing to the east except for the Owens. So none of the drainage ditches over here are open, just the stuff from here south. But hey, there's a video I got that breaks it down entirely. There's a few creeks I didn't mention that are in this general area. You can zoom into Google and check those out. Those are also open. I've got reports back that Lone Pine is all but cleaned out of fish. Lone Pine Creek area is just wiped out. There's nothing in those creeks. It doesn't mean that DFG is not going to plant. I have direct word from them that said that they were going to continue to plant these creeks even if it was closed. It's not closed, but they said they were going to maintain their fish schedule. So I just recommend, if you're interested and you want to do that, go to my other video, see what it's all about, and then plan on not staying in a hotel or making just a day trip out of it. That's up to you guys. I can't tell you what to do, but there's plenty of places to camp rurally and legally still. But remember, a lot of BLM and some different stuff. You'll have to do your research, but there is some options. Like the Alabama hills are closed. A lot of the rural camping on this side of the road is closed. But hey, there's a lot of areas. I mean, this is a big, big, big area, and I'm sure you can figure out a place to camp if you were that motivated. Western Sierra, a lot of this is still open. The Kings River is open. Big water, guys. If I were you guys, and like if I could get out right now, I would throw the family in the car and be headed up to the Kings River, and and figure out a way to be up there for the day, even from Southern California. I mean, it's just gorgeous up there. But the only thing is, pretty soon you're going to see some heavy melting from this heat wave, and the Kings River is going to be blown out. Same thing with the Kern River. It's fishable. It's open. The people in these towns absolutely do not want visitors, and that's up to them. But hey, you can get up there and fish it. There's nothing that says the Kern River isn't open. Isabella, same situation, but just realize that you're not going to have much open, and there's not going to be any support, and there's no like rural campgrounds or anything open. But the water's open, but there's, like I said, there's going to be a big melt off real soon. There's a whole series of lakes on this Western Sierra front. Do your own research on all of them. These are all open. There's really none of them that are closed. It's just there's no support. Some of them might be gated off depending on the type of lake it is, but a lot of them could be open. The bigger the lake, the more likely it's probably open. But remember, some of them coincide with the season, the trout season for the Sierra, and in those cases, they would be closed. So make sure you do your research there. But that's about the furthest I'm going to go, guys. There's some spots up in the Santa Barbara area, but a lot of people that watch this channel aren't really fishing those areas anyway. But and I get word all the time that a lot of these lakes are shut down anyway. So, but if you're really interested, you can send a message. And if you're from that area and you're curious, I have some answers for y'all if you're interested in it. Just send me a message or post up. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what's open right now. That's the best information I got for you. If something changes, I will update in the description below. So look for updated lake list. If there's nothing, then there's nothing. If something pops up in the next week or so, then I'll put it in there as I find out if there's updates. So don't forget to check that. Don't forget to enter that trash contest at Big Bear Lake that I'm throwing. Even if you don't want to enter it and you just want to pick up some trash, please do that, guys. Let's keep that lake as clean as possible so they don't shut it down. Pack in, pack out. Do as much of that as you can. We love you for it. I'm giving away a prize to do it. Hopefully you guys will participate. And hey, hit those county lakes before they're boiling hot and the fish all die. It's a good chance to get out and somewhere close and easy to fish. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, guys. I'm out. I got to rest this leg. Going to go read a book and chill out and try to take my mind off of this thing. It is terrible. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can't wait. So take advantage of getting out there. I know that you guys are definitely trying. Everybody's been trying to figure out where to go and get out. So do that. I can't get out. Do it for me. Tell me how you guys did. Hopefully you guys catch some fish. Be safe. Pick up some trash. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.